Hello, my name is Tian, and I am joined by my partner here, Jonathan. Today we'll be talking about the simulation of our extension. So, as you know, the drone simulation includes the features like the movement of drones and using various algorithms and strategies like the A star or the BFS algorithm in order to move the drone and robots. So, our implementation is the the singleton implementation for a design pattern, which we did a CSV file data. So what we implemented was a uh, file that holds all the data from the movement of the drones, the location, the distance, and what kind of algorithm that you would use. So we decided to use this pattern because it seemed the most simplest to our uh, ideas that we brought up, and I feel like this feature is important to the overall simulation because it allows us to track and get like qualitative and quantitative data from the system so that we're able to track the averages or get like the distances and the position of where the drone is. And Jonathan here will do the demo for the model.
Thank you, Tian. All right, so to demo the simulation, we're gonna first compile it. Doo-doo-doo. And then we're gonna be running uh, the build command, this command, and make sure on these 4 digits is the port number. Usually it'll be 8081, but for this demo we'll be running 8082. Click that and then start server. And according to our README here, you would want to go to navigate to this URL and make sure that the last 4 digits is the port number. And again, for this case, it is 8082. And as you can see, this is kind of like a replica view of the University of Minnesota campus. And then we can change the view to the drone, and we can set the simulation speed. And then also we can show all routes that the drone could take. Now, if you want to schedule a trip, we will have to do that same URL, but instead do /schedule.html. And as you can see, we can request a trip, name it, strategy we would do, and then select where. So right now, if we were to click schedule trip, you get missing name, missing pickup, drop-off location. If we were to export our data, which is our new feature, we get an error 2 saying that no trips are scheduled. So then let's schedule a trip. This one we'll call Amazing Trip, and we'll use the *. Search strategy, and we'll say, let's say we want to go from here to here. First click will always be the start position. Last click will always be destination, and we can click around and it'll change the destination. But for this, we'll do it, and then click schedule trip. Say a trip was scheduled, and it'll appear right here. Let's go back to our simulation, and looks like I already moved the robot here. So let's schedule another trip, but this time doing DFS, and I'll slow down the simulation so that we can see it. So we'll call this, let's make the robot go for a swim here. So do swimming, do DFS, and we'll schedule the trip. And then we can see that the drone is moving really, really slow here. Let's pick up the speed a bit. So it looks like it's gonna take a little bit, but we'll eventually get to the destination. Pick up the speed, and done there. And also we can change the view to the certain trip. So amazing trip. There's our robot swimming. There's our robot. Switch it back to drone. And let's schedule a third trip. Let's say it wants to go around, goes across TCF Bank or Huntington Bank. We'll use Dragstras, and we'll call it football. Schedule trip here, and then I made it too fast, but as you can see, robot has dropped off. Again, we can change the view, see our lovely robots. And then say, now let's export the data that we logged and we want to see it into a CSV file. So click export data, and you'll get this message, data export to CSV. So let's go back to my bash terminal here, and I am running through SSH and I want to show the file locally. So I will be doing git here. So we'll do git add, commit, data file added. As you can see, create mode data.csv. And let's push that. All right, it is pushed. And let's do a pull here. And then you can see within the repo, and I can also show within the in the file explorer that the data.csv is there. And let's take a look at it. And as you can see, here's our trips here listed right there. And I'll go through. So is the trip number. So the first trip we took was amazing trip. The drone speed, the position of the robot, and the destination that the robot wants to go, the distance it traveled, and the search strategy it took. And same thing for the rest. And then as you can see, we calculated the average distance traveled. So as you can see, it was 534.521179. And we also logged the total distance traveled depending on the search strategy you use. That is it for the demo. As you can see, we successfully showed you this simulation model and showed what it's like to export that data. Thank you.
Thank you very much.